So in honor of me basically bringing the gold chat to the GBP pair, or the gold chat to the GBP pair, that don't really make sense. But now, in honor of me announcing that I'm adding gold to the GBP pair, the GBP chat, I honestly still might make a gold chat too. I'm gonna let y'all, as my subscribers, the YouTube family, I'm gonna let y'all decide. Do y'all want to go chat, or do y'all want me to open the GBP chat up so y'all can get access to the GBP chat, all the GBP pairs, and the gold chat? Because technically, right now, the GBP chat is only exclusive for my Academy members. So you know what? Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna just go ahead and make a gold chat for my Academy members. Y'all get access to gold too, but I'm gonna make a chat specifically just for trading gold. And then in honor of that, right now, two things. One, I think I'm gonna do a special promo. I'm gonna figure out what that is, and I'll probably post it on my Instagram. Or by the time when I wake up in the morning, I'll probably announce it there as well. But for right now, this is a late night analysis that I'm looking at 2:35 a.m. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna do a late upload right now to the channel, but I want y'all to basically see like my thought process of what I'm trading gold. Academy members, you already know because I did a whole gold video of what I'm looking for. But for my YouTube family, this one for y'all, kind of like what how I'm about to start looking at it. But I'm gonna give y'all one setup of how I'm looking at it right now. And then from there, you'll get an idea of what our breakdowns in the chat is gonna look like. Because every single chat, I always do a breakdown of every trade I send out. So this is kind of like a version of this right now. Right. So as you can see, if you're looking at the chart right now, I kind of have my zones. I was kind of like back testing a little bit earlier. And I was like, all right, it broke out of this zone. One thing I noticed about gold, it's a very trending market and it loves zones. And y'all know I love my zones because what do I trade? I trade the indices periods, and we know SPS always break out of zones. Or when it get in zones, it's very simple on how to trade it, right? But what we're seeing now in the market is we had us a zone breakout, right? Then we had us an uptrend. Got in the zone, uptrend, double bottom, uptrend, right? Now we're seeing on gold now, I'm gonna drop down to the 15-minute. It was consolidation. Then what happened? It was in the uptrend. Now, this is where it gets interesting. For those that know about lower highs and higher highs and all that, I'm going to do a quick explanation of that right now. So look, it was in the uptrend. So with every uptrend, to know when the trend is still strong, you're looking for areas of breakouts. And once the area break out of that zone, that's an indication that the market is still in a dominant uptrend. Now, when it breaks out of this zone, how do I know that it's still in a strong trend? When it gives us a retest to the previous zone, when it gives us a retest to a previous resistance level, when it gives you a retest to a previous zone, however you understand it best. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna just say when it breaks out of a zone, so this is like the resistance area here, it was in a zone, it broke out this level, then it came back to retest, right? Once it gives us that retest, this is now considered, since we're in the uptrend, this is now considered an area that is higher than the previous high, right? That's what this point will be right here. Now, when it retests, this is now considered a higher low. Why? Because it's higher than the previous lowest point in the market, which is down here to the right. Now, this is where it gets interesting though, right? And the same concept as a breakout and continues to go. This is a higher low than this one. So this is why this is the new higher high. I mean, the new higher low. And then vice versa here. This is the new highest point in the market from the previous area, which was here or here. So this is letting me know this is still a strong uptrend. But this is where it gets interesting, right? The market breaks above. This is the highest point, right? Now it starts to show signs of a bear run. You got the bearish engulfing candle. That's indication that the market is now going from an uptrend to a downtrend, right? And then this is on the 15th. So if I come to the hour, it looks even better. So you have all this bullish momentum, and then now you have these 4 bearish candles that's going back to back to back. But after this one, you should have knew that this was like a start of a downtrend setup. Now, for my people that understand market patterns, and if you don't, I have a free resource section. I talk about it on there too. But in my opinion, what I'm looking at right now is a potential head and shoulders setup on this pair, right? What is a head and shoulders? For those that don't know, a head and shoulders is basically an indication in the market that lets you know when the market is getting ready to go for a downtrend. So when I look at this chart right now, I'm gonna show you what the pattern actually looks like too, right? And it's just like how our human head is set up, like how we have our head at the top, our left shoulder and our right shoulder. It's basically the same concept, but in a candlestick pattern form. So here will be considered our left shoulder, right? This is our head, the highest point in the market, right? Boom. Right here could be considered our right shoulder. What people don't tell you is after you get this right shoulder here, there's usually that second pullback that comes, right? And that second pullback can either be here at the resistance level of 1916, or it can honestly be right back at that same shoulder at the price of 1920 or somewhere under that. Now, based off of how I'm about to be trading gold, one of the ways I'm about to be trading gold, because I have a really 2 to 3 different ways based off of like the conditions that's coming to us. Based off how I trade it, it's 2 ways I'm gonna take this setup. I can send an alert out right now, and I'm gonna always make my stop loss right above the previous lower high. So my fault, I didn't even explain that. So after we got our highest point, it broke, it came back, right? But now it didn't close above this high. So now this is an indication that it's not really in a strong uptrend yet. I won't be confident it's in a strong uptrend until it breaks above 1922. If it doesn't break above this area, okay, bet. In my eyes, this is starting a position for a downtrend setup, right? So since it's lower than the previous high, this is what we call a lower high in the market. And I could do I'm pretty sure there's other people that got videos out there, so you could probably just YouTube that. Because mine's, I go really in detail with that, and it's actually in my academy. So that's like more and more so exclusive. I'm gonna have to make that exclusive with the academy because they're like an hour-long video and me really going in details and breaking it down. This is just kind of like more for my advanced traders that already understand how the market works and pullbacks, right? So this is the last previous highest point in the market. So this is my indication that the market is potentially setting up for a downtrend. And this is what I would call a price trap, where it gets trapped back in the zone that it just broke out of. So it's 2 ways, like I said, I'll enter. I'll either enter one entry here in 1916, or I would look for a sniper pullback entry at 1920, because this would be like, all right, bet. It retests here at 1920, and then it has literally, after this retest, it should literally be straight blue. No drawdown. You can maybe set your stop loss, like literally right above it, no more than 30 pips. On gold, I probably send out stop loss to be no more than 50 pips every single time I send out an alert, depending on like how far it is from the entry. And I said that because look, this will be 30 if you wait for this entry. But if you're very confident like me, 2 things. One, you can set a sell limit here. But I would really count on, like, I'm looking at this price in 1916, and this would low-key be an entry I potentially take. You know, like I'm seeing rejection. All I would need for me to enter on this is for the next 15-minute candle to go bearish. Give me a bearish engulfing candle that closes below this candlestick right here. And then that's the green light that I need to take this setup. But until then, my first entry on this, if I was to just enter without waiting on that bearish engulfing candle, it would be here. And then that stop loss once again would just be right above the previous lower high point in the market. And then as far as TPs go, I will take it back to this zone level here, right? And then for me, for those that don't know, I always give out more than one TP. So this would be TP1, right? Back to this support level right here, because this is technically the lowest low in the market right now. So it'll be like, this will be like my ideal TP1. TP2 will be right here off of this zone, because what did we see in the past? This was the zone that started the uptrend kind of right here. This whole movement right here came from the retest of this zone. So once the market comes back down to this area, this could be a potential buy setup that we could take, or it could be a potential buy short position that we could take for our entry before we get in our entry again for like a downtrend. And that could be like our second entry up here, or if it's right here at this neckline. But that's kind of like how I'm going to be looking at what I'm looking for on gold right now, and how I'm going to be trading it. But this is kind of like the idea of like the setup that I'm looking at for gold. I know I seen somebody commented. I remember somebody was like, "Hey, can you do a gold breakdown?" And at first I was like, I'm not gonna do it for real, because I specialize in indices. I do teach currency pairs too, and I do have a currency chat, but I haven't traded gold since like 2020, 2021. And I was telling them in my video, like in 2020, I really had gold on lock. Like at the start of the year, I had gold on lock. I was really figuring out how it really works. And I'm seeing now that the market is finally back to that same market pattern how it was moving around that time. And I'm like, okay, now I know I can confidently call these trades, and I already have to worry about like drawdown for real. It's patient pays. Like the market tells you a story, and it's up to you to actually listen, pay attention to what the market is showing you, and adapt to it to the best of your ability that you know how. But without further ado, I'm gonna just end the video off with that. Like I said, I don't know you know what? I'm going to go ahead and upload this right now, and I'm gonna schedule it to be posted at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that way I can see what's coming. And you know what? For the first, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? For the first, I'm gonna do for the first 10. For the first 10 people to join the Go chat, I'm gonna make it $75 for y'all. One-time fee, right? I don't care for the monthly fees. So Go is gonna be a $75 one-time fee for you guys. Once it's gone, it's gone. And then from there, it'll probably revert to the 150 monthly fee. And then we'll just go from there. But yeah, so this video probably be uploaded by 8 a.m. Well, obviously you guys will know that by the time you're seeing this, but this is just an idea of what's to come. So let's get it. I'm excited, man.